I started working with Walden Wise because I found such a strong alignment between my own interests and research experience and scientific training. This all aligns so strongly with the vision and the mission of Walden Wise. So I'm really, really excited to figure out how kids develop an understanding of what they're feeling and how this helps them lead healthy emotional lives. And that's really what this group is all about. So I've been so happy to be involved in the development of all of the materials that you all are engaging with. And I really hope you're finding them helpful in marching towards an unwavering culture of emotional health.
I started working with Walden Wise because I believe it's incredibly important to support adults who want to support the emotional wellness of their children. And I believe it's incredibly important to connect these adults to scientific research and scientific practices that will equip them to best support their children during such an important time in society and history.
I started working with Walden Wise because I was really impressed with the idea and the mission of building this community of people who care about children and who are willing to do the self-work and willing to sort of work with experts and to use their own experiences to really come together and say, this is what we can do. And I think the goal was really to practice those skills too. It's not just oh, here's a website and go on, right? The goal is really that you have a community of people, you have resources that build on themselves and that allow you to follow up and go back and to really practice. And I think that's really important. So I think having an evidence-based community is also really important.
I started working with Walden Wise because they are creating collaboratively with co-creators, all of you and scientists, a bridge between science and life. Science hasn't traditionally been the territory of parents. It hasn't traditionally been the territory of teachers and communities, but rather of just scientists. And without a community of people who have a shared vision of wanting to make childhoods better for our kids, there would be no possibility for Walden Wise to be the bridge that it has become and is becoming. So all of you co-creators and us as scientists have come together to kind of activate the bridge that Walden Wise is providing and creating a pathway and crosstalk between the science and your lives and how you can promote positive development in kids. And I just think that's so cool. As a scientist who knows firsthand that we do not get a lot of training or support in communicating what we learn in the lab out to communities, I am so excited about what Walden Wise is doing.
I started working with Walden Wise because of their passion and interest in promoting children's well-being and really helping caregivers, parents, adults, teachers to become an essential active part of that.
I started working with Walden Wise because I am very much aligned, not only in my professional work, but in my personal pursuits as well, with fostering the emotional health of children. And I am extremely excited to be working with Walden Wise to further that particular goal.
I started working with Walden Wise because I'm excited to be a partner in any initiative that is going to help kids develop as well as possible. I think it's really important that Walden Wise is focusing on the science and how we can use what we know to improve kids' lives.
I started working with Walden Wise because I think this is an organization that has such an incredible potential to impact the lives of children on a much broader scale. We know so much from the science about how we can foster healthy emotional development for children. And yet often there's a big gap between science and practice. And I love that Walden Wise is really uniquely filling this gap and helping to bring the science to the broader community.